Doesn't seem that long since Ali and Stuart were wearing boots this small. Do you want to give them a clean?
Of course, yeah.
Your dad always used to clean the mud off before I polished them.
Dad taught me everything I know about cleaning fussy boots.
Dan phoned last night.
Took for ages, yeah.
Did you tell him about Luke's bruises? Did you tell him I thought Sean did it?
I said, yeah.
So what's he going to do about it?
Well, he'll be back by lunchtime. He said to wait and we can talk about it properly then.
Is that what you're going to do?
Well, we decided it'd be for best.
It wouldn't be for the best for Luke if it happens again. You should both be round at Sean's, sorting him out.
We don't know he had anything to do with it. Not for definite.
Well, it wasn't Father Christmas.
We can't just go around accusing him. Not until we're absolutely certain.
When will that be? When Luke comes home black and blue again? Or worse?
Dad?
I never realised that Diane had so much mail order stuff sent through. It just keeps coming.
I was just wondering, you know, her things, her clothes and that. Do you think it's time we got rid of them?
Bin them, you mean?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, people give clothes to charity shops and things, don't they? Well, there's no point keeping them. None of us are going to wear them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you want to help me?
Would you be all right doing it on your own?
I think so.
Steve might help.
He's out. I could get my nan to come round.
What do you think she'd want to?
She might.
I don't you think she'd get upset?
Well, she was saying how sad she was because she never got to see Diane before she was buried, so maybe this could be a way of saying goodbye.
I suppose she was her only child. I suppose it might do some help.
I'll give her a ring, see what she says.
Make sure she knows I'm all right about her coming round, OK?
It's hard to believe that's my nan, isn't it?
Fishnets.
She looks amazing, doesn't she?
Don't show it to Ron Dixon. He might have a heart attack.
I'll start sorting these then. Is there anything special you want me to keep?
No. Too many memories.
The nail bar seems to be coming along well.
Yeah, it's almost finished, really. I'm gonna go and see Em in a bit. Tell how good it's looking for her. You didn't look too well, you know.
Oh, I think I must have eaten something.
Hey, you should see a doctor. Do you want a hand inside?
No thanks. Maybe I'll just go for a walk, you know, a bit of air, clear my head. Cheers.
All right, well, take it easy, eh?
Sean's always been dead keen on having Luke to stay, though.
Luke's been a bit iffy about going there, hasn't he?
And he always says how much he loves him. I mean, why would he want to hurt him?
I don't know. You let him get away with hitting you. Maybe you should have gone to the police about him then. It might have stopped this happening to Luke if you had.
We've no proof that he's done anything.
You should never have let him back in the house.
We've been through all of this. He's Luke's dad, and we all agreed that Sean should have the right to see him.
To see him, yeah. Not leave him covered in bruises. And where is he today? He's in court. Putting his case for custody. Painting himself whiter than white and saying that you're to blame for everything. He'll end up with Luke, and you'll end up with nothing.
Are you expecting anyone?
Only the police about your dad. Every minute of every day.
I'll get it.
You're not recycling that lot, then?
I can't be bothered.
Hassle, isn't it? Listen, I haven't had a chance to say hello recently. See how things were.
Oh, you know, we're getting by.
Tell me to mind my own business, if you like.
No, you're all right.
It's just I was going to ask how your Anthony was getting on.
Do you really want to know?
If you want to tell me.
You know he's in a secure unit.
I think we all know that.
He's just a lost little boy that doesn't know what's happening to him. And when we have to come away, I can't describe the look on his face.
I've been there. Worst feeling in the world it is. Not the being behind bars bit. It's not being able to be with the people you love. That's the worst. And not knowing if they'll ever come back to see you again.
Do you reckon that's what he's thinking like?
It's bound to go through his mind. I mean, you get dead paranoid. You reckon people on the outside are just going to give up on you. Then you'd be left there on your own. It's hard, that. Must have been desperate over Christmas for him.
For all of us.
Listen, I've got a pot of tea on the go there. Come round, have a cup. No pressure, like. You okay?
Yeah. It's just that for the last few months, most people have just wanted to spit in my face.
I've been there and all. I know what a lonely place it is. Did you take sugar?
Who sent it?
Kevin Mallon got one of the drivers to drop it off. Said it was all the bits and pieces from Dad's locker.
Let's have a look. He told me he'd thrown these out.
I thought he'd have all of us in his locker.
What else is in there?
Just a few receipts. Not much, really. It's like he never went to the bank. Every one of these have got cash back on it. What's up?
Look at this.
Body perfect.
Who are Tamsin and Serena?
I've no idea.
Maybe that's where all the cashback money's been going.
Mum.
Well, why else would he have a card for a couple of tarts in his locker? You don't think...
What?
Your dad's missing. They might know where he is. He could be with one of them.
Don't do any harm to have a look. I'm not sure that we'll find anything that's any good for you, like.
All I'm wondering is, if we're not getting any decent information off the police or even off the solicitor, is there any chance of finding something out on the net?
Well, it could be, of course, yeah. Legal precedent or something, you never know.
Well, anything's better than what we're getting at the minute. Anthony's solicitor won't tell us anything. Doesn't even seem to be on our side, to be honest.
That's because he's not.
What?
Well, he has to be on Anthony's side, that's the whole point. He's going to look at you in a really critical way. See if there's things you've done that could have made Anthony, well, you know, the way he turned out.
Well, it's the bullying that's changed him, not anything we've done.
Well, I can believe it. Saw plenty of that myself when I was teaching. Right, let's see what it's found. Grab yourself a seat. Can't promise you anything now.
I know nothing about computers.
I was like that once. Ah, right. These aren't exactly what we're after.
What?
List of websites for weirdos. All we want's the answers to a few simple legal questions, not all this sick stuff.
Why would anyone want to look at stuff like that? Just exploiting people's tragedy.
Yeah, well, why would anyone bully your lad the way they did, you know? To push him as far as they did. Makes you wonder what kind of home life that girl was living, doesn't it, eh?
Yeah, well, to be honest, that's the last thing on my mind. After what she did. And it's my lad that's locked up. It's my lad people are saying is evil. It's my lad people want to hang.
Hey, look, we don't have to do this now, you know. I mean, don't have to do it at all if you don't want.
No, go on, we're here now. Let's see what we can find.
You should let the police know if you think it's so important.
If we haven't got enough to worry about. Your dad missing, now this, on top of Sean hitting Luke.
Mum, just unwind a bit, will you?
Is that why your dad spent all his cash back on Tamsin and Serena? To help him unwind? Bit of executive relief?
It doesn't say executive relief on the card.
They're probably not allowed to.
You're the one who needs the stress relieving. You're totally overreacting to all of this.
Oh, you're a star. This'll help us get through.
I'm really glad you came, you know.
Oh, I'm so pleased you asked me.
Couldn't face doing it on my own. My dad couldn't face doing it full stop.
I can imagine. It's never easy. I can remember clearing out my mum's clothes when she died. But they didn't have as many things then. Right. Shall we make a proper start?
We're supposed to keep her here till I got back.
Well, she sneaked out while I was upstairs.
So where's she got to?
No idea. We had this box of my dad's things sent through from work. She was really wound up after that came.
Are you sure she hasn't gone after Sean?
Well, we told her there's no proof he caused the bruises.
Well, look, he's supposed to be meeting with the family court advisor today. She wouldn't have gone there after him, would she?
No.
What was this box that you were on about?
It's all the stuff from my dad's locker.
And how's that going to wind her up?
Well, it seems he was doing lots of things Mum never knew about, like loads of cashback transactions.
Well, everyone does that.
Yeah, but not everybody goes to see Tamsin or Serena for discreet body-perfect services.
Your dad?
Oh, he's in his locker.
You don't reckon your mum's gone there, do you?
Like I said, I've no idea.
Debbie? Debbie, what are you doing? Stop. Just calm down, all right?
That's for Luke.
What are you doing?
Don't you ever touch him again!
What are you talking about?
You hit him, Luke!
I have never hit Luke.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, I've never hit him, okay?
Well, you would say that, wouldn't you? Just stay away from him, okay?
I have done nothing. Look at the state of me now. I'm seeing a family court advisor. He'd be dead interested to know who's hit me, won't he?
Never mind. At least you tried.
Yeah, well, it's typical, isn't it, eh? All them legal eagle sites, and they all want money up front before you can access a simple bit of information.
Well, thanks for having a go anyway.
Should be free for people to know stuff like that.
The way the basic stuff looked, there's nothing down for him. He's admitted he did it. There'll be no reason to doubt him. They're gonna lock him up for years, no question.
Mind you, when you think about it, you know, the baying mob out there, waiting for him, might not be such a bad thing after all. I mean, at least he'll be able to do his growing up, you know, out of the spotlight.
Yeah, but being locked up, though, right through his teens. He should be out there growing up. He should be getting his first girlfriend, going for his first pint with me. He's gonna miss all that.
Hey, come on. He hasn't even been tried yet. You never know what might happen with the jury.
I know those sites didn't tell us much. But one thing they did say is murder is murder. That's what he's been charged with. That's what they'll do him for. And that's why they'll put him away. Because they'll have no choice. Because that's the law.
You've got to believe, Marty. You can't give up hope, or you might as well be dead yourself. And remember this, okay? Okay? No matter how bad you might be feeling out here, that is nowhere near as low as he'll be feeling stuck in there. Don't let him down, Marty. Don't give up on him. He needs to know that you're still out here. You're Steve, you're Adele, Bridget, the lot of you. All of you still loving him for who he is, and not for who the papers say he is.
Hiya.
Yeah.
Surprised seeing you here.
I grabbed an early lunch hour. Not calling on Emily.
Yeah, I've just come out. She made up we've come.
I'm going then.
Hang on. I was going to pop round and see her anyway. You know, to say sorry. It's just that things got a bit on top. You got time for a coffee? You can see him in a minute, can't you?
I don't know why I'm saying yeah, but could do, I suppose. I picked my dad cheating on my mum.
Yeah, well, it happens. It's amazing how many people cheat on each other.
You mean like me and Sean on you? You're never going to let me forget that, are you?
Well, maybe one day, when I'm old and senile and I don't even know what day of the week it is.
Isn't it time you forgot about it and just moved on?
Do you know what, Ruth? I've tried. Honest, I have. It's just that I've never felt so gutted as I did that night. I was stood in the wind and rain at Westbrook watching you and him all over each other. It's just going to live with me forever.
I was young and stupid, remember?
No, you weren't. You were turning your back on a nerdy dam for Mr. Cool Sean.
You were never a nerd.
Yeah, but I wasn't cool either, though, was I? Not like your Stuart or Ali or even Sean.
Stop talking yourself down.
That doesn't bother me anymore. I'm used to it.
Well, whatever you say, you're always cool enough for me.
You know this Tamsin and Serena? You reckon we should give them a ring? It's what anyone cool would do.
Hi. Misha, sorry to bother you.
Okay?
I was just wondering if I could pop in and see you for a minute, you know, when it's convenient.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh, I think I must have just eaten something a bit dodgy, that's all.
Do you want to come inside and sit down?
No, I'll be okay.
You don't look too good, you know. Come in. Go on.
Oh, take a seat. You look like you've been mugged. What happened?
Shouldn't have argued with my mother-in-law.
Your mother-in-law?
Seeing Ruth tomorrow, aren't you? Maybe she'll tell you all about it.
Okay. Doesn't look good, though, does it? When you've got a history of violence.
What history?
And you turn up looking like you've been in a fight.
What history?
Well, we know from Ruth's deposition that you hit her just before she moved back in with her family.
Yeah, it was a one-off, wasn't it? That's not a history of violence.
You did hit her, though?
I'm not denying that I did, all that was out of order, but I'll tell you one thing. If they come in here and start saying I've hit Luke, I swear to you, my mother's life I haven't. Right? And I'm not saying I'm easy with them because I discipline him, yeah. But no matter what lies anyone tells you about me, I have never hit my kid, all right?
Let me at least take your temperature, eh?
Oh, no, I'm okay, really.
It's probably just something you picked up on holiday.
No, it was fine. It was too hot to eat half the time.
Did you have a nice time?
Better than I expected, to be honest.
All right.
I was worried that we wouldn't, you know. I mean, we've been going through a bit of a wobbly patch before we went. But the holiday seemed to bring us back together.
Oh, well, that's good to hear.
It's been very busy since we got back, Ro.
Oh, there's always a backlog to catch up on.
All right, I suppose there would be, yeah. Now, I hope you don't mind me asking this, but you don't know if he was working last night, do you?
Yeah, I believe he was, yeah. Why? Any particular reason?
No, just me being stupid. I was expecting him home and... Oh, it doesn't matter. Well, he didn't arrive, and I don't know what I was thinking. I should have known better. I almost accused him of lying to me.
No, he was really busy last night. I mean, I can't imagine what time he finished. Let me get you another drink, eh?
Thanks.
I never meant it to come out like that.
How do you think it felt? When you say it should be me lying in the coma, not Emily.
No one ever said that.
That's what it sounded like.
Oh, it just meant that, well, it might have been you lying there. You're Emma's best mate. Thought my stupid God might stop you coming in.
But she hasn't.
Yeah, and if people stop coming in, well, she'll think you've given up on her, won't she?
I know, that's why I'm here.
Now, if that was me lying there, she wouldn't give up on me, would she?
Oh, me. It was me. And that's why I'll keep visiting her. Look, I'll have to get back to work soon and I won't have time to see her if I don't go in now.
Yeah, of course. And thanks for coming in. You know why it's so important for you to carry on coming in, don't you? Because she knows I'll mess with makeup otherwise.
Oh, hi, yeah, I got your number off a friend of mine, and I was just wondering, could I speak to Tamsin or Serena, please? Oh, hi, Tamsin. Could you tell me what services you offer?
From what you've said generally, you could provide Luke with a good physical environment in your home.
Better than where he is now, for sure.
And if he came to live with you, you'd have the full support of your mother.
Absolutely. I mean, she'd even covered me for me while I was at work, stuff like that.
And Luke genuinely gets on well with her.
No, 100%. I mean, you know, she loves spending time with him. You know, and with her living on her own, you know, she wants to spend as much time as she can with him, and she's backing me all the way on this.
And you've made it very clear that you're sure that Luke would be emotionally secure with you.
Totally. I mean, I looked after him before, I can look after him now. I haven't changed. Things only rocky because Ruth's badmouthing me trying to stay with a new fella. You know, and he's always twisting things, trying to turn Luke against me.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Only that I love my son, and he really loves me. I don't want to lose him because some judge thought his mum was a better option than me. You know, just because that's the way it always works.
Why don't you go and get yourself cleaned up?
Okay. Look, whatever Ruth says tomorrow, I want my son.
Oh, I think I might keep this. She loved lamb's wool. Even when she was little, she had a comfort blanket. Beautiful lamb's wool it was. She used to snuggle up in bed with it, stroking her cheek.
I used to have a little silky blanket. I remember she put it in the wash once. I went ballistic.
I think she'd want me to keep this.
Hiya.
Hiya. How's it going?
Oh, we're getting there. Slowly.
I'm sorry I haven't been much more help. I remember her wearing this. In Blackpool we were. We got caught in a bus stop by some Jobsworth busy. Well, says kiss me quick, so I did. We just got carried away, that's all.
Do you want us to keep it?
Nah. It's not like Jan will wear, is it?
Dad? Why don't you make yourself useful? Take some of these bags downstairs out of the way.
Of course. Just glad our aunt isn't here to see this. He'd be in bits.
We found this. We thought you might like it as a keepsake. Thought you might take it in next time you go and see him. Don't you think he'd want it?
I just thought perhaps you'd like to take it in.
I never get to see him.
We'll have to change that, won't we?
You mean I can go and visit him?
the chances are he's gonna be in for a long time, you know? So he's gonna need all of us along the way, won't he?
Hiya.
So you're back then?
Yeah, just had to get out the house.
You didn't say goodbye?
I shouted up. Didn't you hear me?
No. So, where have you been?
Just out.
Ruth was worried you might have gone to see Sean.
Why would I go and see Sean?
Because you were really wound up thinking that he'd hit Luke.
No. I was really wound up finding that card in your dad's locker stuff. How do you think it made me feel? Like I wasn't good enough for him.
You don't have to worry about the card anymore.
I'm not worried. Just totally humiliated.
Mum, Topaz Therapies. Tamsin and Serena. Dan, phone them.
Yeah, it's not some dodgy massage place. They specialise in alternative therapies.
What's your dad doing going there?
The hypnotherapists. They help people stop smoking.
You're joking?
No, I phoned them, honest.
That's where he's been spending all his cash back.
All the times I nagged him about the ciggies. I wonder what other secrets he had. I'm going for a lie down.
Well, maybe he did have other secrets. Maybe that's where he is now, leading some secret life.
Ruth, look, you've got to start coming to terms with this, right? Your dad's probably not coming back.
Sure you're feeling better? Yeah, much thanks. You know, I'm beginning to think that it might not be a tummy bug. I'm beginning to wonder if I might be pregnant. Pregnant? Maybe, yeah. I mean, I've had plenty of tummy bugs, but this is just...
Well, you could... I mean, if you were worried, I could always do a pregnancy test on you now if you want.
No, thanks. It's all right. I'll just get a test kit and do it at home. It's kind of private, really, isn't it? I mean, if I am pregnant, well, I want to be the first to know. Oh, you won't say anything, will you? I mean, I wouldn't want Gary to find out, you know, husband and wife stuff. Cheers. Don't mind me.
Don't even know I have to do this.
It's just something you've got to go through. One step closer to getting it sorted.
Imagine what Sean's been saying.
Yeah.
They'll probably believe him at all. This is what he's good at, turning on the charm, doing the little boy lost routine.
Just tell them what you know, and don't forget to mention the bruises.
I can't.
Of course you can.
But we don't know it was down to him.
Oh, come on!
Luke gets bruises from school. Kids fall over, they get in fights.
These looked deliberate.
They also get bruises from playing football with the two soft uncles. Do you want me to report them and all?
Sounds like you're trying to protect him.
Mum, I'm the last person to want to do that. But I can't accuse him unless I'm sure.
I'm sure.
And if it wasn't him, how'll that make me look? I want to come away from this with a bit of dignity intact.
Hey, it's really coming on.
Yeah, it's getting there.
It's brilliant you've done this. You just made it happen.
No, I wish you didn't have to.
Yeah, well, it's something positive. You could have given up, but you didn't. I wish Mike had a bit more of what you've got sometimes.
All right.
All right.
Oh, yeah, early start, is it?
Just on the way to the physio about my leg. Thought I'd pop in. Someone's got to keep an eye on this one. One hand with those.
Nah, we've got this far, haven't we, Beth? Come on, let's see if your dad's out of his pit yet. See ya.
See ya.
Right, come on.
I think she'd want you influencing Mike if she knew how you got the money.
I've told you, if you want out,
We agreed, didn't we?
every day that Terry's alive is one more than he deserves.
Well, like I said, I'm in. But after the trial, that's in bits as it is. How do you think he'd be if something happened to me and all?
He's not doing so good now.
Worse than ever since he looked that stuff up on Jimmy's computer. I don't think he thinks Anne's going to get off for it.
Yeah, well, he has to. I mean, he was the victim, the same as Ron Dixon was.
Yeah, he didn't get up for it either.
Yeah, well, he has to believe it. What else can he do? I want to go to the Aussie.
This time of day?
Yeah, so?
Well, isn't this the time Kerry usually goes?
Dunno.
Hi. Hiya. Any news?
You should come down to the surgery, that guy said.
Oh, I'll do it myself.
I mean, I know I shouldn't keep putting it off, but...
Have you told Gary?
Nah, well, there's no point really until I know, is there?
Do you not think he'll be into the idea or something?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it was his idea in the first place, but... I just don't know where his head's at lately. Oh, I'm just being silly. It'll be made up if I am pregnant. Right, I will do it today, definitely. Fingers crossed, yeah.
You don't have to accuse anyone. Just say there were bruises.
And then it'll be official. And there'll be all sorts of people nosing around. And I don't want to put Luke through that. He's got enough to cope with.
It's better making it official now rather than later.
I don't want people knowing. It might sound like I let him get that way or I did it myself or anything.
I'm not going to say that.
Well, they don't know us, do they? How do they know we don't go around smacking each other? Look, I've got to go. I'm going to be late.
Ruth, I better tell you in case it comes up. I went down to the court offices yesterday. I saw Sean. I was so mad at him for doing that to Luke.
Oh, fantastic. So you went down there sounding off at him. It's going to put him in a charitable mood. Yeah, just hope he doesn't mention it at the interview. What exactly did you say to him?
What's this, Mum?
Why's Dad got a card from someone called Tamsin and Serena?
It was in the stuff.
They're hypnotherapists.
What? You mean like when you're feeling sleepy and that?
You were seeing that Tamsin for his smoking.
Me dad? How come we didn't know about it?
I don't know, Ali.
Yeah, you wonder what else we didn't know about.
I don't know.
I'm going to go.
Serena and Tamsin.
We're still looking at houses today.
I should barely study me A to Z, you know, Rach. You want me to get me taxi badge, don't you?
Yeah. I saw Tim before. He's nearly finished that shop.
Shut for him.
Some people can do that, can't they? Decide they're going to do something and then actually get it done.
I never said we couldn't look at houses at all.
I don't want to get him put on hold as usual. I thought we were going to get things moving this time.
OK, we'll go on, look at houses.
I shouldn't have to bully you into it every time.
No, I want to do it. I'll just get us a taxi, eh? How about that one over there?
What are you on about? You bought it?
Yeah, wanted to surprise you.
Mike, it's 500 quid over our budget. We hadn't decided for definite yet. Oh, I can't believe you did it without me.
Hello, Mr. Parr. Still the same trouble in the bedroom department. Sorry if I kept you from getting home on time the other night. If I'd have known you had a romantic evening planned.
What?
Gabby collared me. Wanted to know if you really were working late the other night, like you said.
Did she?
I know. Out of order or what? I mean, she seems to think that you're seeing another woman. I won't be put in that position again.
I'm sorry.
And why haven't you told her?
You know why?
I won't be messed around, Gary. My cards are on the table. If you're more interested in shopping for nappies...
Honestly, having a baby is the last thing I want. I totally panicked about it whilst we were away on holiday. I wasn't just talk anymore, you know. So I thought, God, I could find out that she's pregnant at any time and that'll be it, and that'll be my whole life mapped out.
But you haven't told her that?
No, because as I've already told you, she was ill most of the time that we were away, so I didn't really need to make any excuses.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think you might have made a misdiagnosis, Doctor.
What?
A tummy bug.
Yeah?
It might not just be a bug she's got in there.
Don't you like it?
I do like it. I wanted us to spend our money together.
I thought you wanted me to go out and make things happen.
Well, look, you could have at least told me before I struggled on with the shopping.
I'm sorry.
It's a nice car. It'll make a big difference to us, this.
Do you know what? That makes me a bit nervous. Thinking about how we're going to get the money.
Mike, everyone's in debt. OK, so the likes of Jackie will frown at us for getting another loan out. But when it suits her, she'll buy a massive house in Woolton with a mortgage for a couple of $100 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's how people get by.
You know what? I just think we're rushing into it head first.
We don't have to wait to have a decent life. Not like my mum did. Always putting up with things, waiting for the right time. I should have learned that that were pointless when my sister died.
But I don't need a big house and money to be happy with you.
Well, I know everyone wants to believe that, but how many rows have we had over money? And let's be realistic. We can make things easier for ourselves.
What, and for her?
Yeah, I just want us to have a normal life. A job, a car, a house, a holiday. And a little bit left over so we can spend it on her. And a little bit for us. How can that be too much to ask?
Has anyone been in to see her this morning?
You won't really have to interview Luke as well, will you?
Oh, yeah, we have to find out what he wants, too.
Well, he wants to stay with me.
OK. And you think he'd be better with you?
Yeah, I'm in a better position to look after him. My partner's got a steady job and good income. I work flexible hours. Plus, my family are very supportive.
I was sorry to hear about your father.
Yeah.
How's Luke been affected with that?
Well, you know, he keeps asking where Grandad is. But he's going to be wondering that wherever he is, isn't he?
Is it going to affect your plans to go and live abroad?
What plans?
I understood you were thinking of moving to Hong Kong.
Did Sean tell you that, yeah?
Well, I think he was aggrieved that you'd considered taking Luke away for so long.
Yeah, considered. But we decided it wasn't in Luke's best interest.
Sean thinks that you were going to leave Luke with your parents while you went on your own.
What? Look, this is silly. Look, I can give you 100 reasons why Luke's better off with me. I shouldn't be interrogated to keep my own child.
There's no way.
She's doing the home testing thing.
No, she'd have told me she thought she was...
Not my fault that neither of you tell each other anything.
But there's absolutely no way.
Yeah, OK.
No, you see, it'd just be a false alarm. Just be a late period probably caused by her body being all over the place from that bug abroad and the stress.
Yeah, whatever works for you, Gary, but you better hope that's all it is, hadn't you? Mind you might be really happy. The little family man.
This is all in her head. I mean, we've hardly even slept together.
I believe it only takes once. Of course, I'm no doctor.
The test will come back negative, trust me.
So what are you going to do about telling her? Oh, this'll be another reason not to tell her, won't it? Yeah. Or until the next false alarm, or until she is pregnant.
Why don't we meet up for lunch and talk this through a bit, eh?
Because we've got nothing to talk about until you've made a decision.
I have made my decision.
Oh, I've heard it all before, Gary.
I have. Gabby and I are completely finished, OK? I'm not stringing you along. It's you I want to be with. I'll tell her.
When?
When I can find the right...
I think the word you're looking for is now. I'd say that's fairest on all concerned. Although, if I'm being honest, I'm most bothered about what's fairest on me at the moment.
I'll tell her tonight.
What if she is pregnant?
She isn't. I will tell her tonight, OK?
Got worse recently.
Does he drink when he's with Luke?
The number of times we found out later he was pelatic. It scares Luke because he can't wake up his daddy and he doesn't know why.
Sean thinks that you make too much of his drinking.
Well, I don't suppose he told you he nearly drowned on Christmas Day. If I hadn't turned up, he wouldn't be here now telling you what a bad mother I am.
So would you describe him as a bad father?
He's a drunk. And he's not making any effort to get any help. It's just getting worse. I mean, will it take him losing his job, his house? He's totally irresponsible. He insists on seeing Luke when it suits him, and then half the time he doesn't turn up. New Year's Eve, he made a big song and dance about it. Didn't show. And where was he? In the pub getting drunk. My sister saw him. And apart from anything else, he's violent. He hit me. And as far as I'm concerned, he shouldn't have to know anything else.
Did he ever hurt Luke?
No. Just me. But do you really think it's a good idea to let him stay with somebody who thinks with their fists?
Well, I'm a bit worried he could still be in that kind of environment.
Sorry?
Your mother.
What?
Well, she was here yesterday.
Yeah, she said.
And did she tell you what happened?
They just had an argument, some sort of misunderstanding, I suppose.
About what?
Well, I don't know. It was just a misunderstanding. But it got sorted out anyway, I think.
Was that before or after she hit your husband?
What?
Oh, she hit him.
Hiya.
Hi.
Good day?
No, not brilliant, no.
I
Gabby, do you
think
mind
that
if
we
we just... Gabby, can we just sit down
I'm
for...
just gonna have a bath.
Right.
Why don't you have a drink and then I'll make us something to eat?
Can't we just sit down for a minute, please?
I just need to relax for half an hour. It's been a bit of a weird day.
Stop downloading Phil.
Don't creep up on me, meth there.
What are you doing?
I'm looking up on my dad's birds.
What?
You know, Tamsin and Serena.
They weren't his birds.
How do we know that? You wonder what else we didn't know about my dad?
Oh, no one tells the family everything. I bet you don't tell your mum what you're doing every night in the bathroom for an hour.
Funny, aren't you?
Maybe Dad was embarrassed about seeing it.
Oh, was he too embarrassed to tell me Mum was taking all the cash out the account as well? I almost wish he did have a bit on the side or rob the company of money. At least then there'd be a reason from going.
Yeah? They've got their own website too.
Maybe the odd slappers hypnotised him into taking the cash out the account.
What do you want?
Oh, great, Mum.
What did he want to know?
What you were playing at. And to be honest, I couldn't tell him.
Sean told him what I did.
Yeah, well, I don't think the court guy would have noticed the split lip if he hadn't said anything.
Well, how about why I did it?
I don't know why you did it. What were you thinking? Do you realise the damage you could have done?
I'm sorry, love.
Do you realise how that's made us look to the court? As bad as him?
Just got so worked up about your dad's stuff and that stupid hypnotherapy thing.
But you hit him.
He deserved it.
Mum!
I'd do it again as well. And if he has laid a hand on Luke, I'll do worse.
I told you.
Did Sean say why I hit him exactly?
No, and neither did I.
Why?
How many times, Mum?
So they think I go around hitting people for nothing, do they?
Yeah, exactly.
This does go further than the chippy, doesn't it?
This goes like a dream, you'll see.
Well, it better I'd do, or you'll be in more trouble for choosing it by yourself. Yeah, what about this one? West Derby Village.
Renovations required. Well, that means it's a wreck. A couple of thousand on top of the mortgage.
All the other ones are horrible.
We'll have to get used to it. It might take a while.
It's what we can get for our money. I mean, these aren't family houses. But all the decent ones are in dodgy areas. I don't want to growing up in places like that.
No, at the end of the day, we might have to make a few compromises.
No, we always have to.
No, Rich, that's the way it works. You buy what you can afford.
No, you don't. No one else does. You buy what you want. You find the money to pay for it.
Yeah, and we'll find somewhere. We just have to stick within our budget.
Well, it's got to be right.
OK, so it's going to take a bit of time. But we'll get there.
He said he fell over.
You don't get bruises like that from falling over.
He would have said if anybody had hurt him.
He could be frightened. Maybe he doesn't want to talk about it.
Mum.
He doesn't even want to go to Sean's.
Yeah, because his head's all over the place, same as the rest of us.
Why are you defending him all of a sudden?
Yeah, he could have got the bruises from anywhere, playing with other boys, I don't know.
Do you want to take a chance on him doing to Luke what he did to you?
He wouldn't. I mean, yeah, sometimes he was a bit heavy-handed with him.
I mean, in what?
Well, sometimes he'd give him a little smack or whatever.
Smack him?
Like Dad used to with the lads.
He never hit them.
I saw him when he got himself worked up and couldn't get his own way.
Oh, when they were little.
The point is, where do you draw the line? Some people might say he battered those two.
Rubbish! I know what he'd do to Sean if he was here, make no mistake.
Yeah, because that was always his answer to everything, wasn't it?
Just leave your father out of this.
Mum, I don't blame you with what's going on, but you're overreacting.
Yeah, well, what if I'm right?
You're not going out, are you?
No, I just felt like making the effort for a change. Not complaining, are you? Right, what do you want for dinner?
I'm not really that bothered. Look, can you please come and sit down for a minute?
I just want to cook something nice.
I'm not that hungry.
Do you know, we should sit down and eat together more often instead of having it on our laps in front of the telly. We have to talk to each other.
Yeah. Do you want one of these?
Oh, no, thanks. I don't really want to drink. Look, I know it's been a bit weird lately. Maybe it's just because of all that happened with Dexter, and I don't want us being thrown off track just because of him.
It's not because of Dexter.
OK, but it hasn't helped, I know that. And I know we've had our problems, but I don't want us getting complacent. I'm not having a go at you.
No. It's not that. I've just had a bit of a weird week. Yeah.
Well, post-holiday blues.
Maybe, yeah. Gabby.
What?
I really am sorry for being in such a mood.
Don't be soft.
Just had so much on my mind lately. Since the helicopter crash, I suppose. But, you know, something like that happening, it just makes you look at your life in a different way, and you soon come to realise that you actually only get one crack at being happy. And
yeah, I know. It's the same for me. I was in Manchester when it happened, and I just thought, oh, what if something happened to you? Oh, I was so scared. I mean, some things stop you from taking each other for granted, don't they?
We need to think about what we're going to do if Luke does say there's something going on.
Let's just wait and see, OK, Mum?
I'm sorry if I made things awkward for you with the court advisor, but you can understand.
No, you were totally out of order.
I'm sorry.
You undermined everything we said about Sean. Do you think they're going to be happy letting Luke stay now?
Well, they probably won't even take it into account.
Of course they will. He was already going on about it being distressing for Luke, coping with Dad going. He probably thinks they're a bunch of head cases.
I know I shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't. And you could have made all the difference with who gets residence now.
Mum, we found that Townsend's Topaz website.
She cost a packet.
Yeah. She fit.
No wonder my dad didn't mention it.
Yeah, we're gonna go see her.
What's the point?
She might know something. My dad might have said something to her.
Yeah, like in The Sopranos. That Tony was always telling his psychiatrist things about the family, and no one knew that he was seeing it.
Have you told the business about it yet? Because, you know, they should be in there questioning her.
He only saw her a few times. She doesn't know anything. Dan spoke to her.
Well, she's going to say that, isn't she?
Oh, I'm going down there myself.
No, you're not.
I'm not letting her go.
No, going down there and kicking off isn't going to help anything.
But, Mum...
The only secret she knows is that your dad still had ciggies in his toolbox. There's no mystery here, so don't go looking for one.
As long as I get this sussed, I can have my badge by next week. Start the money coming in. We'll have to think about shifts as well, you know, Rach. I mean, you make most of your money at night, but I don't want to be out all hours, do I? How many nights do you reckon I should do? Rach?
Sorry?
You all right?
Yeah, I'm just a bit disheartened.
Like I said, it's going to take a little while, that's all.
I suppose so. I was just so excited thinking we had the mortgage, and now it's like we don't have to live here anymore. We can actually do this.
And we will do it. We just take it one step at a time. And at least this gives us the chance to save some money for furniture and that, or towards a deposit or whatever. And we can make sure my teacher training application goes through. It's all for the best, Rach.
Mike?
Do you want another beer? Oh, I could open a bottle of wine. I suppose I could have one glass.
Gabby, what's all this about?
What?
All this? What's all this effort for?
I don't need a reason, do I?
No, but there usually is one.
Well, you're forcing me to spoil the surprise now.
What surprise? Gabby, what surprise? Gabby, I really am sorry for the way I've been behaving. It's not fair on you. You deserve a lot better. We both do.
I'm pregnant.
Hiya, how's things? All right. Dr. Gary's gone through like a bad tempered bear with a migraine. I wonder what's happened. It's only you in a position to find out. Let me take his tea.
I'll give him a while to settle in, eh?
Nisha, if you plan on moving in with the man, there is no point pussyfooting around. Just get in there and find out what he's up to.
Do you mind not saying things like that in here?
Like what?
Planning on setting up home with the man?
Well, you are, aren't you?
Not if it becomes common knowledge and all hell breaks loose. I mean, we could all lose our jobs, as well as mess up a few people's lives.
All right, don't start on me. If you get involved, you have to live with the consequences.
Oh, and you think I don't know that? All I'm saying is, as a mate, can you please be a little bit more discreet? Anyone could have heard.
There isn't anybody else in here.
But it's a bad habit to get into.
All right, I'll keep my mouth shut in future. I tell you what, just don't tell me things, then I won't be tempted to talk about them.
Oh, don't be like that. I need somebody to talk to.
He's got to leave it, hasn't he? That's all that can happen.
Or packing, seeing me.
I won't do that. He loves you.
But is that enough?
A brand new house, eh? Even Jackie's never bought one of these.
And it's only small, so it won't need a lot of furniture. Should we go and have a look?
Yeah, let's do it.
Our own little home.
A new house, a new year, a new start for us.
And a new job for you. It looks like the sort of place where teachers live. Could be great.
Look, what are you going to do about my electricity money? This is what I was supposed to be paying before your embezzlement. Now, I demand that you pay the difference.
Listen, I'll call you back, OK? Maxie! Let's not be petty on such a lovely day like this. A day, incidentally, that could change your life forever. Hand-delivered by moi.
I'm in.
No. Probation, remember, for 6 months, then you're going to be assessed on your behaviour.
All right. You haven't seen Tim, have you? No, I'm sorry. No, I haven't. No, never.
I saw him, what, about half an hour ago? He said something about the hospital.
All right, I'll catch him later. Thanks, Ron. So, what are you going to do about this?
Well, staring you in the face, innit?
How do you mean?
Well, it's simple. Tell you what we'll do. We'll go down the club, we'll play a round of golf. If you win, then I'll pay you double. But if I win, We'll forget the whole thing.
No, I can't, because my clubs, they're in storage at the health club.
Maxie, don't worry about your club, son. I'll fix you up with all the gear you need down at the club.
No, I can't. And besides, I need to be fully prepared if I'm getting back into it.
Max, will you just relax, please? Look, we'll go down the club. I'll introduce you to all the right people. We'll get you the gear. We'll play around the golf. And we'll sort out this electricity bill once and for all. Come on, let's go.
But I'm gonna get him. I know what you're thinking. I know what you'd say if you could. But I'm not gonna leave it. I just reckon the more things I do for you, the quicker you come back to me. And don't worry. I'll be careful, eh? All right.
Hi.
Yeah.
She looks lovely.
Yeah. It's 'cause there's nothing to spoil her. No wind. No rain. Nothing to make it dirty or untidy. One day she's gonna open her eyes and speak to us.
But the first thing she asked for was a mirror.
She won't be disappointed in what she sees. Or what she's got to look forward to. The nail bar's finished.
Oh, great. Can I see it?
Yeah. And then you can come in and tell her all about it. You probably think I'm exaggerating, don't you?
Yeah. Nobody could do more for her, Tim.
But there is more I can do. And I've told her. It's our little secret.
Mm. Is this something she'd really want you to do?
Probably argue at first. But she'd know I was right in the end. Nobody can blame me. Nobody can get away with what they did to her.
But the thing Emily'd want most in all the world when she comes back to us is for you to be here.
I will be here.
So you're going to have to think about that all the time, and you might want to take chances.
I know what I'm doing.
Do you think she might be able to hear us? To understand what we're saying?
It's like she's been sent to the bottom of the ocean. She lay there for a while. But then she started floating slowly up towards the surface. And now she's coming up, slowly. Sometime soon, she'll start to see the first rays of sunlight breaking through the surface. And it'll get brighter. The next thing is, she'll break through the waves and be back with us.
Hello? No, I can't spare a minute. No, I don't want the chance to win a holiday. Just leave me alone.
You're right, Mum.
I know it's stupid, but every time the phone rings, I think it could be your dad.
You have to ease up a bit. Try not to think about it.
How can I? You're married to someone for 25 years and they just disappear.
Yeah, of course it's going to be on your mind all the time.
You're right. Everything else is still going on. I shouldn't take it out on other people. Even Sean. I should never have hit him.
Well, it's done now. I can't believe Sean would mistreat Luke. He idolises him.
Do you want me to talk to Luke?
No, when the time's right.
Damage isn't just physical, you know. It's mental as well.
Yeah, Mum, I know. I'll sort it out.
How you doing?
What are you doing?
Why, what's the matter?
What's the matter? You can't park here. You're breaking about 6 rules. Just standing there now. Come on, Maxie. Get it moved quickly. You'll be banned before you've even set foot in the place.
Well, I didn't know.
There's a sign saying Captain there, isn't there? Where? There.
Oh, yeah. I see. It's all overgrown with stuff.
Don't be upsetting the groundsman at all. Now, come on, get it moved now.
Oh, that was one busy morning. I thought it was supposed to go quiet for a bit after Christmas. I think that's more the pubs and clubs.
Hi.
Hiya. All right.
Yeah. Is he in?
Yeah, but we've been mad busy. Gonna go through, do you think?
Oh, hi, Nisha.
Hello. We're not really supposed to let anyone through.
Perhaps you could tell him I'm here.
I'll go.
No, it's okay.
So, any news?
It was positive.
You're pregnant?
Yeah. Gary doesn't want us to tell anybody yet, but, well, as I'll be coming here, you're bound to find out before anyone else. Best not say anything yet, though, if you don't mind.
Sure, no. What did he say when you told him?
I think he was pleased, but, you know, he said it's very early days. I suppose that's why he didn't want me to say anything. Oh, it's such massive news, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just think how much our lives are going to change. I've really not taken it in properly. I just thought I'd call in and see him.
He's busy updating the records. He hates doing it. That's why he doesn't want to be disturbed, because he just wants to get through them all.
Sorry, he said he's going to have to wait until he gets home. And can you leave a message?
Gabby's pregnant. But you're not to say anything. Gary go mad if he knew I was blabbing.
Congratulations. Makes two of us. How did you take it?
Bit shocked, but pleased, I hope.
It's bound to be. I'm just making him a drink. Do you want one?
Oh, please. Perhaps he'll change his mind in 5 minutes or so.
I'll make it. I'll make it.
It's fine.
I shouldn't have called him, really, but it's such a milestone in our lives. I just want to be with him. It's silly, really, isn't it?
No, I can understand how you feel.
I know it must happen to most couples, but... Or maybe I'm just falling in love with him all over again. Now he's going to be the father of my child.
I'm not really sure about this. I mean,
Well, what you join for, then? Ah, of course, I get it.
No, I don't know. What do you mean?
Well, you're only here for the social climate, aren't you?
No, I'm really looking forward to it, but I don't like being pushed into things, that's all. I haven't got all the equipment yet. I could have done with a couple of lessons just to brush up when I found out I got accepted.
And you've got cold feet because we've got a better, which you have railroaded me into. Not at all, Maxie, not at all. Look, you can conceive right now if you like, and we won't mention that electricity bill ever again.
That's very convenient for you, isn't it?
So play me then.
Well, what do I do for clubs? Well, we both play with yours?
What, and contravene Rule 15? No way. There you go. And?
I am not wearing those, I'm sorry.
And Maxie, Rule 16, following Rule 15. Sorry, mate. Hey.
No, it's more like it.
Only joking, only joking.
Yeah.
Not about the shoes, though.
You told me you weren't sleeping with her.
How could I not? You know, it was one bedroom, one bed.
You know what I mean. You can sleep and not.
I tried not to. Honestly, I did everything I could not to get her
For
pregnant.
God's sakes, you're a doctor. You're telling me you don't know how not to get a woman pregnant.
She's my wife. What could I do?
What you promised. Tell her about us. Or is this it? Is this your way of telling me that it's over?
No, of course not. I love you. I want to be with you.
And why didn't you tell her before you got her pregnant?
Because it's not as simple as that.
It is as simple as that, Gary. It's as simple as who you want to be with. If you want to be with me, then tell Gabby it's over between you two. And if you want your marriage to continue, then just tell me you don't want to see me again.
You know I want to be with you.
So you're going to tell her?
How can I now? She just found out about this baby.
So when is going to be the right time when the baby starts school, finishes school, starts work?
Stop being so ridiculous.
I'm not being ridiculous. Who knows how many kids you'll have in the time it takes to
Can
tell
you
her?
just try and be a little bit adult about this?
Excuse me. There are patients out there.
I'm not happy about this, you know.
But I think it's a great way of clearing the air. Look, let's get rid of this Lecky Bill mix-up and start a fresh mix-up.
More like a stitch-up, you mean?
Which we'll have to put behind us and move on if we want to enjoy this club together. Now, look, I take it that you do want to become a fully fledged member?
Yes, you know I do.
Well, let's go and play golf then.
Hang on the arrow, it says this way.
Yeah, well, I say this way. It's a shortcut.
Hi.
Hiya.
Brought you this. Thought you could do with a bit of a celebration. This place looks great.
You like it?
It's amazing. All our favourite colours.
And she's going to be so proud standing behind the reception knowing it's all hers. Everything she's ever dreamed of. And all this coma stuff. Be a bad dream, won't it?
Yeah. Got any glasses?
Do you mind if we wait until she's here?
Sure.
You do think she will be having a drink here one day, don't you?
Yeah, of course I do. She's got you waiting for her, hasn't she? How could she not wake up?
I don't know what else to do after finishing this.
There's nothing else she can do. Only be patient and wait.
Or pay back. Maybe that's what she needs.
She needs you. She's so lucky to have you waiting for her.
I'm gonna have to get off. Just pull the door behind you, yeah?
Where are you going?
Manchester. There's something I've got to do. And if I don't go now, I might be talked out of it.
Yeah, I'll call you later. You've just missed him.
That's what they told me down at the Aussie. Do you know where he went?
Manchester.
Look, will you tell me what's going on? I'll give him a mobile number.
Sure.
Oh, new car, new house. Can't believe it's us.
Yeah, we'll get used to it, Reg, because this is the way it's going to be from now on. Max and Jackie are going to be jealous of us.
Imagine that.
Well, I don't need to, would they?
We're still going to buy furniture.
Yeah, satellite TV.
Not for a long time.
First month's wages.
All right, when you get accepted as a teacher.
Well, first weeks if I do well on the taxis.
We slow down. We've only got so much. We've got to make it work properly.
How many cases do you read about in the paper where people have said they noticed the signs but hadn't done anything about it, and then they wish they had?
OK, then you go and let me talk to him.
No, I think it's better if I stay here.
Why?
Well, it makes it look more casual. And the more it's easy is, the more likely he is to tell the truth.
No, honestly, Mum, it's better if it comes from me. I'll get more out of him that way than having him just stand in front of us and hoping he'll blurt anything out.
He may be just a little boy, but he's not a baby. He obviously knows something's not right. He's become so introverted lately. He needs to know he's got support from all of us and not just from you.
But I'm his mum. He'll talk to me.
But you're not here all the time. I know what I'm talking about, Ruth.
Can I have some sausages, please?
Of course you can, love.
I'll get them. Be good to do this while he's eating.
Oh, great shot, Maxie. Well done. Pity it's the wrong way, like, but good shot.
What?
Oh, yeah. First green's that way. You've just driven up the 18th.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, why should I? We're playing for money, aren't we?
In the spirit of fair play.
What's that got to do with it when we're playing for the kind of money that you keep going on about?
You think I'm going to accept this?
Listen, gambling debts cannot be taken into court, but...
What?
But Rule 18A clearly states that on this course, a gentleman's agreement is binding unless Amendment 16 is brought into play.
Which is?
Death, before 6 holes are completed. Then, the Shuttleworth-Duxbury County method is brought in.
You're going to do everything you can to get out of paying this electricity bill, aren't you?
Oh, it's gone way beyond that now, Maxie. We now have a wager under a gentleman's agreement, and I would say, at a rough guess, you're about, what, 4 strokes behind after that first shot?
All right, I give in. You win. All debts wiped clean.
Well, that's very sporting of you. And may I say that this will go a long way to you becoming a full permanent member of this club?
Whatever, come on, let's go.
We can play on for a bit, can't we? Just for the fun, you know, now the wager's been settled.
Fun? No. Sorry, my heart's not in it. Come on, Ron, let's go home. Let's just pretend that we had an enjoyable game and let that be an end to it.
Suit yourself, Maxie, suit yourself.
And in the meantime, I'm going to top myself up with some proper gear. I'm going to play with my own clubs. I'm going to take some lessons. I'm going to burn you off this course.
That's the spirit, Maxie. That's how it gets you. I shall look forward to you trying. Oh, losers pay for the drinks, by the way. You will be able to pass money over the bar now you're a probationary member.
Do you like going to Dad's, Luke?
Do you not like going?
Sometimes.
Why only sometimes? Does Daddy get cross?
Sometimes.
For no reason. What happens when I take you to Daddy's and leave you? Does he say, "Hiya, Luke, let's play a game or go out"? Does it make you feel happy to go to Dad's or sad?
Can I have some more ketchup?
I'll get it.
Do you know when you're naughty and some people shout at you? Well, Daddy's only doing it for your own good like any other person.
Does your dad hit you?
Please, Mum, leave it to me.
I think we can be more direct.
I think I know what's best for my own son.
Well, that's a matter of opinion.
What do you mean by that?
You walked out on his dad for another man. That's bound to have repercussions.
Mum, now's not the time or place to talk about whether I'm a good or bad mum.
I'm not.
It certainly sounds like it to me. You and Dad weren't exactly the perfect pair all the time, were you?
Look, all I'm saying is everybody has bad points in the marriage. You've just got to stick with it and work through them.
And every marriage is different. Come on, Luke, let's go for a walk.
No, sorry. We've started asking him. We should see it through. Those bruises have come from somewhere. That's what you've got to find out before they get any worse. Has anyone hit you, Luke?
OK. Luke, has Daddy ever hit you at any time?
I couldn't see the telly.
So what happened?
He pulled my hair.
He pulled your hair?
With a comb.
That was the time he had sugar on it. He neglects them all the time.
Let him finish. You couldn't see the telly?
Then what did Daddy do?
He threw me on the sofa.
That's where the bruises have come from.
Or maybe they were just playing. Did Daddy make you cry when he threw you on the couch?
Yeah.
I knew he wasn't fit to look after him. I was right to have a go at him.
I wanted to talk to you. I thought we'd get the chance this morning before you went to work, but I was surprised to wake up and find you'd gone.
Yeah, well, I knew I had a lot to do before the patient started arriving. You know how busy we are. Also, Gabby, it doesn't really help you turning up and giving the staff something to gossip about either.
Oh, they're bound to find out soon. And I'm thrilled, Gary. We're having a baby. I want people to know.
But it's early days, you know, and I wanted it just kept between ourselves.
Oh, I know people can be a bit superstitious about it, but I'm going to be all right. I'm young, fit, and I'm married to a good doctor who I know is going to look after me. I am very, very lucky.
Any time, Maximus. Any time.
Please don't call me Dad.
Hey, straight down the middle, Maximus. That's where it's got to go. If you can't have your revenge in this life, have it in the afterlife. Husband of a murdered wife. Father.
Ron, that will do.
Well, look, if it's not Maximus, what is it?
It's Maximilian. It's just Max.
Huh? What's it mean, like?
The greatest.
Oh, not today, don't my funny. Not today. Although, hey, today is the birthday of the greatest. You know, Muhammad Ali, 61 today.
All right, well, in that case, we better get you home.
Listen, just one more to start the new year like we need to carry on. You and me, all square, in love and war. Oh, and golf, of course.
Just the one, then.
What are you doing? Stopping you from getting killed. Well, you didn't have to jump me. You could have just shouted me. It's about as clever as you get, isn't it? There's probably busies watching the place. Oh, and how do you know? Well, how do you know they're not? They're hardly going to be standing on the doorstep, are they? If I'd shouted you'd have probably took no notice of me and just ran straight in there with a bag of coke on you. No. I've come to get him. What have I told you, soft lad? It could be being watched. Which probably means him being a lot cleverer than you, that he isn't in there. Well, I can't just do nothing. We'll do what we said we'd do. Come back and get him when we thought it through properly. Now get back in your van. I'm gonna make him swallow it, Steve. I'm gonna shove this coke right down his... You haven't thought about this one bit, have you? What's going on inside your head, eh? I just think the more positive things I do for Em, the more chance she'll have of coming round. Listen to me. What Emily needs is you thinking straight and not being a sacrifice to the cops or psychos mob. You just leave it to me, eh? Leave it to you. You're carrying enough coke on you to get you at least 5 for possession. The court's not going to take anything into account. You're banged up. And what good would that do, Emily? You haven't got a clue what I'm going through, have you? No, I haven't. But I'm as close to it as anybody else. Closer. Now, what would the judge and jury think, eh? And they're the good guys. What would the druggies think? You walking around with this little prize and all it takes is your throat slitting to get it. And what else am I supposed to do, eh? Wait. No. Oh, you might say that.
How is she?
She's all right. We didn't have a chance to talk last night, and I had to get away
You don't
early
have to
this
explain
morning.
she's your wife. She can call and see you whenever she
Come on,
wants.
hey, please. Don't be like that.
Like what? A whinging mistress?
You are more than just a mistress, and you know it.
Do I?
Yeah.
Let's see, shall we? You say that you love me, but you stay with your wife. You say that you're going to tell her about us, but you never do. You say that you're happy to walk in public with me, but we hide in the shadows. Tell me, what is your definition of a mistress?
All right, point taken, but we can't discuss it here.
Exactly.
Everything is going to be the same between us, and I will do everything I promised to do, but you just have to be patient.
Because of the baby?
Yeah, because of the baby.
I reckon you got her pregnant just to get off the hook with me.
That's ridiculous.
Say you'd got me pregnant.
I haven't.
Because I took precautions. You weren't even supposed to be sleeping with her, Gary. I should have lied like you did. Should have thrown caution to the wind, and then you'd be with me, and you'd be telling her that I was having your baby.
But I know that you're more responsible than that. And when we do things, it's going to be the right way.
Oh, in which lifetime, Gary?
Look at me, please. Look, I love you. I do. I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to end my marriage, and I will, okay? Now, it is really early days in this pregnancy, and we're going to have to see how things go. I mean, it's amazing to me, but I love you so much that I am actually wishing my unborn child dead, because it will make it easier to be with you. Now, I hope you believe that. Because that is a hell of a thing to say and mean.
I told you.
There! That's all you should be thinking.
All right. What's going on?
He was just about to make a big mistake.
Well?
You tell them.
Well?
I don't think you should know.
Don't do anything stupid. She needs you. Steve's only doing what's right.
I know.
Especially if it's going to get you into trouble.
I know.
She'd want you to promise not to do anything that could take you away from her. Promise, Tim.
I promise.
She'd hold you then. She'd put her arms around you and squeeze you close. Ask you to say how much you really, really meant it. You won't do anything stupid, will you, Tim? Because I'd really miss you if I couldn't see you every day.
I won't.
Well, tonight possibly be the worst night of my entire life.
Tonight? Really?
Cubby.
How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
That's next Saturday on 4 at the earlier time of 3:55. Next on 4, Napoleon's thunder echoes down through the 2 centuries. We focus on his arrogance, his battle tactics, and his rare, crushing defeats.
Yeah, Sign's arrived. Oh, and it's just... Mum should be here, shouldn't she? It's the final touch.
I'll take him to school if you like.
You're all right.
What could do with a change of scene?
You're suffocating him.
Oh, Ruth, if your mum wants to take him to school, just let her, will you?
I want to spend as much time with him as possible. Don't want to be accused of neglecting him.
That came out wrong. I didn't mean it.
Look, your mum's just worried. We all are. Now, why don't you both take him to school?
Pop by Sean's on the way back.
No.
He's got to know he can't get away with it.
How are you going to do that? Whack him in the face again?
Happily.
Mum, that's not going to solve a thing.
Look, no one wants to think that Luke has been suffering.
Not think, no. He told us.
I'll sort it, OK?
How? Just go round there and tell him he's on borrowed time with his son.
He'll know, because when he asks to see Luke, the answer's no.
It's playing games.
No, it's keeping the bully at arm's length.
It's not good enough, Ruth.
I mean, I'm not good enough.
If you don't get round there, I will.
I'll handle it.
Can we meet up for some lunch later, please?
Oh, I get a whole hour of your time, do I?
Don't be like that.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
I just can't help it.
You said to me that you were going to give me some more time.
How much do you need?
Without any pressure. Please. Hey, are you okay? You seem fine the other day, like you understood.
I do. I think I do. It's just cutting me up.
Yeah, but we're in this together, all right? Yeah? I need you. I do. I need you to get me through this.
And I will do, but...
But what?
Well, having to see the man I want to be with go home to his pregnant wife every night.
Won't be for long, I promise. Don't walk away from me. Not now.
Where do I stand?
You know where.
Last in the queue.
No, of course not first.
I'm sorry. How can I not feel insecure, eh? What are we going to do next? What are you going to do about your child? It's not going to go away. You can't ignore it.
Well, no, I'll still see the baby.
If Gabby will let you.
She will.
After not sticking around for the pregnancy, the birth, the sleepless nights, the change of the nappies. You think so?
Yeah, well, Gabby will come round, won't she?
What with me in the background playing stepmom? Are you prepared to not see your own child? Because Gabby will have every right to stop you.
Please, look, I hadn't thought that far, okay?
No, but you have to. What happens if you start resenting me in a few years?
No, of course I won't.
But I'm the reason that you might not know your own kid.
Gabby will want the child to know his or her own father, won't she?
No, not if she's doing it on her own with no emotional support. She might not want to.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why if she has an abortion?
Well, I don't think I can really afford to second guess it.
Or a miscarriage alone.
Oh, well, thank you so much, because I really wasn't miserable enough. I'm sorry. What's your point?
Your wife is having your baby.
Like I didn't know that.
And are you prepared to walk away? I'm just testing you, Gary. I need to. I need to know, are you in this for the long term, or what if you're not prepared to leave her?
We're moving away. There'll be no more what-ifs, okay? They just drive us insane.
Are we moving away?
Yes.
I'm not fighting a losing battle.
No.
Oh, Max, will you just snap out
Golf,
of it?
father-in-law, dirty cheat.
Hiya. Been practicing your swing lately?
I wish.
Oh, teed off, are we?
We're too busy for any of that kind of behaviour.
Oh, well, you should always make time to visit it. Hey, do you want cheering up?
Oh, well, I'm open to offers.
How about dinner tomorrow night with me and Gary? I'll cook.
That'd be great, but...
Yeah, I'm working late in the show, so...
And I'm busy in the bar and all.
Oh, you own them. Give yourselves a night off.
Well, it's too short notice and, you know, we'd love to, but we've got the kids and that.
Oh, come on. It's a celebration meal.
Really? What for?
Oh, Gary, you'll kill me for telling you.
Oh, go on.
Shouldn't really.
Gabby!
OK, well, I'll tell you if you say you'll come.
All right, then my arm's twisted.
We'll be able to share babysitters soon.
Oh, you know.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm sure Gary won't mind you knowing. OK, well, bring a bottle. Not that I'll be touching any of it, for a change. See ya.
See ya. Well, why don't you just wind your neck in?
What?
We could have got out of there.
She's pregnant.
Max, it's going to be a nightmare.
Sisterly of you.
Max, I don't want to sit there eating their food, talking babies and how great everything's going to be, when Gary Potter's doing the dirty on a dinner party from hell.
Well, I felt obliged to say yes.
Oh, yeah? Well, if she looked like a hell's angel with a muzzy and a mullet, would you have still felt obliged?
Okay, so she's gorgeous.
All right, so you do admit that, then?
Well, I'd be a liar to say she was a pig.
Well, what was Gary doing anyway, playing away with Misha? Maybe he's ended it. He'd have to, wouldn't you? I mean, you can't be poor Gabby now.
Oh, affairs are complicated enough.
Yeah, and you'd know all about that, wouldn't you?
What are you playing at, girl? All this hard graft Tim's put in. How can a shop be called Emily's with no Emily to front it all, like? I think we should put your sign up straight away. I mean, we've got to take advantage of him still being here to do it, haven't we?
I'm not going anywhere.
Aren't you?
No.
So, you're not going to get into any more trouble? Not going to disappear and then turn up on the front page of the Echo dead?
Kenny!
Well, why was Steve so desperate to find you?
Well, because he's my best mate.
What's going on in Manchester?
You're safe for not knowing.
Look, if you just put me in the picture, then my imagination won't be able to spook me anymore. I'm thinking all kinds of terrible things.
Em's in here for a reason, right? Well, me and Steve are going to have a few words with that reason.
You going after that psychopath?
Look, no more questions, OK?
Ah, Misha, hey, you free for lunch?
Oh, you know what? I've only got 5 minutes, Gabby.
Oh, I didn't get you into trouble with Gary, did I?
Why?
Because I opened my big cake hole about the news.
Oh, no problem.
Oh, good. Well, you were the first one to suss anyway, and I'm sure that you'd have been one of the first people that he'd tell. I know that he has little heart-to-hearts with you, the amount of hours that you spend together. So, has he said anything?
About what?
Our baby.
Oh, something and nothing.
Oh, the latter, probably. Oh, he's just being protective. He'll be playing his cards close to his chest until after I've gone 12 weeks, you know, when it's more of a safe bet. Oh, sorry, I'm keeping you.
Like I said, I've only got 5 minutes.
Oh, I just can't concentrate on anything but the baby. Gary must be finding it really hard to focus on his work.
Oh, you could say that, yeah.
Oh, do you know, this is going to be a fresh start for both of us.
Great.
Oh, we won't be neighbours for much longer.
How do you mean?
Well, me carrying the little one won't be able to live in that pokey hole. We'll need a much bigger place. Not doing too well on saving for a deposit, though.
I really have to go, Gabby. I'll see you later.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sorry to keep you. Oh, thanks for letting me waffle on.
Why are you ignoring my advice?
Why don't you respect the way I want to deal with it?
Because your way's wrong.
I am not a bad mother. That's what you're implying, and I'm sick of it. You never support me.
What do you call a roof over your head and food in the fridge?
That's material. You never give me a word of praise. Well done, Ruth. I know it's been hard, making ends meet, tying down a job, losing your dad, but you're doing really well with Luke. I'm proud.
You're going to get silly.
You make it sound like I'm being petty.
I'm just worried about Luke, that's all.
And I'm not. I'm stopping Sean from seeing his son. That's enough.
It's not nearly enough. If your dad was here...
Does that be the answer to everything, wouldn't it?
You'd have sorted Sean out by now.
Stop using him.
How can I? He's not here!
I mean, using the upset. We're all stressed, we're all grieving. Look, thanks for the concern, but just leave it to me.
Why are you burying your head in the sand?
Why are you interfering?
Because I'm Luke's grandmother.
Yeah, not his mum. I am, not you. You've got no right to act this way.
I can't just sit back and watch you make a bad job of it.
You're at it again. You're as good as saying I'm abusing him.
You are.
What?
By refusing to confront Sean.
Yeah, you've rumbled us. Every Tuesday and Thursday we lock Luke in a cupboard after stubbing cigarettes out on him and giving him 10 of the best. How dare you say I treat my son with anything other than love? You are going mad. I just want the divorce papers to come through so I can be out of here, far away from you as possible.
You ungrateful cow! You'd be stuffed without me! Hello, Sean? It's Debbie.
Oh, it's lovely. It's just what she's always wanted.
Can't want it that badly. Should be otherwise.
Tim. Hey, you know when I was just training his tots and I was working there? I never could imagine that one day it'd be my baby sister's place. You've really made it happen.
Yeah.
Your nan's been asking how you're getting on. Got a postcard off it this morning. You're half miss it, you know. Even Miss Ray.
How's it going at the bungalow?
Good, yeah. I'm really enjoying my own space and all that. It's last. I can't stand my own company. I jump at the sight of my own shadow. A fridge clicks on. I think it's a trigger. Or an axe tapping at the window.
Yeah, you need some company.
Tell me about it.
Got a mean right hook on you, need to you there? Where's Ruth?
Work.
I thought we were going to sort something out.
Why did you attack Luke? Why did you bruise his little arms?
What?
Don't lie to me again. Was it the first time, Sean?
No, it wasn't any time.
Maybe you got drunk and forgot.
Debbie, I'd never hit Luke.
You hit your wife, why not your kid?
Because he's my son, because I love him.
If he made it up, where did he get the bruises from?
School, football.
What?
Well, he was staying over in mine a week, he was playing me up, yeah? He wouldn't go to bed, he kept coming down the stairs every 5 minutes. He was a right pain. So I lost it. I mean, not mad, just out of frustration because he wouldn't do as he was told.
I knew it.
No, I never hit him, I only shoved him.
Only? You should be locked up.
I pushed him onto the couch, right, onto the cushions. He was safe, I wasn't rough with him.
A shove or a punch, same sentiment, no difference.
Of course there's a difference, all right? I mean, I've tackled him 100 times rougher than that playing footy. I'm surprised he bruised that much. I mean, you do know what I'm talking about, don't you, Debbie? You're a parent, you know what it's like to lose your temper with them.
We need to talk. I've seen her. She couldn't be happier. You haven't given her a clue, have you?
She thinks the future's all rosy. I'm going to break her heart, aren't I?
The sooner you tell her, the longer she will have to get over this, to get used to the father not being around.
What does that sound like, eh?
The truth?
No, it sounds callous and irresponsible. I'm going to be scum to her, our parents, everyone.
I'm part of this mess too, you know. I'm going to be enemy number one. If you leave this too late, there'll be a witch hunt.
You're not the one who has to say the words, are you?
What do you mean?
Gabby, there's something I have to tell you. It'll kill her. It'll kill me.
Don't think that I don't appreciate what you're having to deal with, right? But Gabby's got mates. She's got plenty of money. Her mum and dad spoil her, don't they? She'll be okay. More so than being stuck in a loveless marriage with you, hating her by the day. She'll be fine eventually, Gary. She will.
I know you're right. Our marriage was over long before she got pregnant. And a baby's not going to put it right, is it? That's what I tell her. I say I'll support her financially, but that's as far as it goes. Okay? Do you love me?
Of course I do.
Do you mean it?
Yes.
Yeah, and you want this, you want me?
Yes.
Yeah? What, you want to sit up home with me?
Not around here.
Not around here? Fine, well, anywhere you like.
Where?
Abroad, this country, it doesn't matter so long as we're together.
So when should I start packing? Tonight?
If you hear Gabby starting to break crockery, then... yeah.
You know I'm going to stick by you all the way. You do know that, don't you?
Look, I know I was heavy-handed and it won't happen again. I have this perfect picture of how me and Luke should be, you know, going on adventures, having a laugh, me holding his hand all the way, you know, but it's never like that. You know, he has tantrums all the time because he's been upheaved from one home to his new home. You know, and I get upset because as soon as I pick him up, it's time to drop him off again. We never have any quality time. There's no such thing. Just tension.
You have to make the best of it.
Look, I'll try harder, but he should be able to see his dad when he likes. You know, I regret never seeing my dad enough. Just take it for granted he'd always be there, because you never know when something's gonna...
I do know.
Look, I know what your kids are going through, and well, losing a parent, I mean, that's something you never really get over, isn't it? I mean, I think about my dad every day. I know I'm not being much help, but I think you're doing a great job of holding your kids up when you've got no one to really look after you. I'm not trying to suck up, because that's not my style, but I wish my mum had been as strong as you've been.
Just got to get on with it. And funnily enough, if I didn't have my kids around me, I think I would go under.
Do you think I'll get to see my kid more often then?
What do you think Ruth will say when she finds out?
Look, I said it won't happen again. Just, please, can you just have a word?
I brought all this to her head, so I suppose I'll do what I can. But mark my words, if you ever lay a finger on Luke again...
I know. Thanks, Debbie.
Smile.
What are you doing?
Just thought Emily'd like to see how the place is shaping up. It's amazing.
So, have you got the savvy off?
Well, didn't want to miss out.
Did you fancy cover?
Yeah. Better than champagne, eh?
It was thoughtful.
It was thoughtless.
Well, you had the right intentions.
Did I?
Yeah.
Just got a bit carried away. Dad made up the place is finally finished. I forgot about Emily for a minute.
Hey, you couldn't have done it without you shouting me on. I might have given up.
Spitting feathers here.
Well then, step this way, madam.
Oh, better take that. Thanks, Paul. See you later. Bye. Turn around, big boy.
Aw. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, listen, I'm sorry about this morning, but you know what, Max, you're in such a narc, and as soon as you clapped eyes on Gabby, you were all happy again.
There's no need to get jealous.
You don't fancy it, do you?
When I've got you.
Have you got to think about pregnant women? But you've got enough buzz up the door.
I love children.
You love making them.
Any chance?
Well, I certainly won't be in the mood after dinner at the Pa's tomorrow. Oh, Max, can't we get out of it? Can't you get a headache or something?
That's your job.
All right, well, if you come up with an excuse, you know, Thomas.
You know, I don't think that Gary's private life should affect our friendship with them.
Oh, Max, some friends we are. You know what? If you were having an affair, right, and my mates knew about it, I would expect them to tell me.
Don't tell me with Gary's brush.
Oh, come on. I'll tell you what, Gary could pick up a few tricks from you.
What? Meaning what?
Well, oh, am I the first woman that you've ever been faithful to?
No. Yes.
Oh, and you wonder why I get insecure?
I am not going to have an affair, ever.
Never say never.
Jackie, you give me everything that I need. I'm very happy with you. It's only when things break down at home, you know, that things might happen. You know, if that person stops giving you what you need, that, well, you know, that maybe then you might just give in to temptation.
You?
No, one might. Gary, other people, not me.
Oh, yeah? Well, what happens if I stop giving you what you need?
Jump on Gabby.
Well, you can't, because she's pregnant.
Oh, pregnant women. Oh, I can't get enough of them.
Man.
Oh, I'm only joking.
Well, do you know what? It's not funny.
Right not.
No, get off.
Come on.
No, get off me. Oh, get off, you stupid. Get off. Hiya. Look, I've said some terrible things before, and I didn't mean them. I'm sorry. That's lovely.
Why don't you go and wash your hands and get your pyjamas on?
Yeah, come on, mate. I'll read you a story before bed.
Sean came round earlier.
Why?
Because I asked him to.
And I told you to stay out of it.
Well, it's a good job I took no notice then, isn't it? I finally got to the bottom of it. Sean admitted that he'd shoved Luke. Not hard.
Does it matter?
Just once, like Luke said, onto his sofa. That's where the bruises must have come from.
And he's sorry and it won't happen again?
Yeah.
Well, damn right it won't, because you won't have the chance.
Well, Luke has the right to see his dad if he wants to. You can't take that away from him.
I'm not saying it's right, but as a parent, sometimes you push to the extreme. Alan was heavy-handed with the lads, but Ali and Stuart still loved their dad.
Yeah, well, they still do. We all do.
Well, come on then, Ruth. Maybe Sean deserves another chance. And don't you think we should all be pulling in the same direction at a time like this?
I'm going to go and see what Lukey's up to.
What is the matter with you? She's only trying to help you.
I don't want to put any pressures on me. I know it's last, but I can't stand being around her anymore.
We've just got to put up and shut up for a little bit longer. You know, it would absolutely gut her if she couldn't see Luke every day. He's the only thing that takes her mind off your dad being missing.
Putting off going home.
Wouldn't you?
I know you're dreading it, but once you come out with it...
I won't be alone anymore, will I? Well, tonight possibly be the worst night of my entire life.
Tonight? Really?
Why not?
Gary, I hate the fact that I've been pressurising you. Nothing good's come my way for years, and I know it could be selfish.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Is it?
Yeah. It will be, yeah.
Really?
I'm going to keep my word, OK?
Well, I'll have my case packed.
Night, then.
Night.
Yeah, I'll stick these up in a room. There's one left.
Come here.
Oh?
You like this one? Husband and a best mate. Come on, you. Don't get down. What are you thinking?
You don't want to know.
You keep doing that.
What?
Shutting me out. We are partners in all of this, aren't we?
What do you mean?
This place, rooting for Emily to get better. We're on the same sides. Lean on me, for God's sake. Don't keep your worries to yourself, because they'll eat you up. What?
I like it. You worrying about me. I haven't got anyone else to do that.
I can't help it. I really care about you, you know. It's the thought of you getting up to no good. I couldn't cope with the consequences.
And did you mean it? When you said you'd miss me if anything happened?
Yeah. I mean, you think I'm propping you up, or it's the other way around. You won't do anything stupid, will you?
Can't promise that.
Well, can you at least promise that you're going to be careful?
I'll try.
Good.
Gabby. Gabby. Gabby.
pacing, whispering about stupid secrets. No one ever...
Here we go.
No fella's jumping into bed with you, not under my roof. What was that?
Forget it.
The thing is, Dad, Tvinya and a group of mates are all
Was it
going
a Barbie?
He wanted to see a traditional
No
British
way.
family on a... Doesn't even let me finish yet.
I don't have to. If you think I'm going to let you go gallivanting to the Canary.
Your voice goes right through me, you know, it goes all high-pitched.
And we're not everyone else's mum and dad. We let you kids have too much freedom as it is.
No, it's just that me and my dad have got work to do, haven't we?
Everyone in this house treats me as though I'm
Oh, Jason's a divvy, I'm not.
Hey, I heard that.
I hate this house.
You all right, son?
Yeah.
Everyone sends their love.
We're all really looking forward to having you home once this trial's out the way. Just a couple of days in court, should all be over.
Has your brief been through everything with you?
I think so.
So you know what you got to say?
All he's got to do is tell the truth. How she treated him, what happened that day. That was all just an accident.
So listen, you take your time answering them questions, all right? Don't let anyone rush you.
Will you be there?
Not until after I've given me evidence. I'm not allowed to be. It's the same with Adele.
I'll be there.
Yeah, and so will Steve and your mum.
Look, and this lot making sure you got what you need.
Been okay. One of them's taking me to the court tonight just to see. Just so I get used to it.
Well, that's good. You know, you'll know what to expect when you turn up tomorrow.
Hey, maybe I could go with you.
Can't, I've already asked. But I'll be okay, honest.
Should all be over soon, son. You'll be home in no time.
How did she take it?
I haven't told her yet. She was asleep when I got in.
And how about in the morning?
I couldn't really wake her up and say, hey, morning, Gabby. Our marriage is over. I'm leaving you, could I?
Sorry. You've got to stay strong. I know this is hard. It's probably the hardest thing you'll ever have to do, but it will be over soon.
No, this must look to you like I'm just putting it off. And I admit, I am really terrified, but I promise you I will do it tonight. Okay?
Good, because our bags are still packed. Hey, yeah.
Oh, come here. I'm not disturbing you, am I? No, just making a coffee. Right, well, I've left mate with the kids. I said it'd only be a minute. Look, I'm really sorry, but Jerome knocked next door and left this, and I completely forgot about it. He said he called here, but there was no answer. Sorry.
Just the last of me things. When did he call?
Day before yesterday. It completely slipped my mind.
Don't worry, thanks for dropping it off. Are we sure you want to have coffee?
Yeah, go on then. Might won't mind looking after the kids for 10 minutes.
Hiya. It's looking nice.
Oh, cheers.
Well, I better go. Laura's waiting.
Oh, congratulations.
Hiya, Daddy.
Gabby's told you?
Yeah, she said that you're both really pleased.
Yeah, I'm still sinking in,
Well, she seems to want to celebrate because she wants us at yours for 7:30 tonight. She's going to cook something really special.
Right.
Well, you did know that we were coming, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Must have just slipped my mind a bit.
No worries, I'll see you later.
Okay, all
Bye.
right. See you, bye. Hi, it's Gary Parr. Is Gabby there, please? No, okay, I'll try on mobile. Thank you.
Some of these CDs aren't even mine. The presents people bought for both of us. Only the ones he's gone off, though.
Probably best to sort everything out.
Cut all ties. I heard Anthony Murray's in court tomorrow.
Oh, poor thing. He won't have a clue what's going on around him.
There's been a few letters in the papers saying he should go away for life. All of his life.
Yeah, sent in by people who ain't got a clue what they're talking about.
It's not looking very good for him, though, is he? I mean, I've heard all kinds of rumours. He was always in trouble in school.
He must have been put through a lot, though.
Yeah, but even so.
Most people don't know what it's like with dealing with something like that. I mean, if you're being bullied or abused, it can get so bad that you'd do anything to stop it.
Even killing someone.
Well, maybe he didn't have a choice. It might have been a case of him or her.
So, You think he could have done it on purpose?
Dunno. But if he did, he must have been driven to it.
I suppose so. So how's your Mike?
He's okay. He's just going through all the stuff he needs to do to start on the taxis.
Really?
Yeah, we want another wage coming in. We're going to go for a place of our own at last.
Oh, you're buying a house?
Yeah, we want a proper family home of our own. We've had enough of staying with other people. Must be great having this place all to yourself, especially after staying at Jimmy's all crammed in.
Yeah, it is. Can't believe the amount of stuff we've acquired. Oh, I found this before. I was looking for me clothes. It was RM's.
How are things?
Not good. Tim's trying to build his hopes up, but we know it's no use. She's gone.
You never know. Right, well, thanks for the coffee.
Are you sure you won't have another?
Thanks, but I better go.
Good luck, Aunt. And listen, try not to worry. Everything is going to be all right.
Thanks, Uncle Christy.
Look for outside.
I can't wait till you're back home with us. I love you so much.
I know.
You're gonna be okay, son.
I'm scared.
But there's no need to be.
All those people looking at me. All the prosecutors trying to get me to say the wrong thing. Trying to make me to admit that I meant to kill her.
The judge and your barrister won't let that happen. I won't let that happen.
What if I messed up?
You won't.
But if...
You'll be fine.
Right, Mr. Muddy, it's time to go now.
This time next week, you're going to be back in ours. You're going to be in your own room. We're going to put all this behind us forever.
This book looks much harder than your last one. I won't be able to read this. No way.
All right, big fella.
What are you doing here?
I'm working nearby. Let's have a look at your book, then.
Well, you can't just turn up unexpected. How many times do we have to have this conversation?
I thought he'd be glad to see me. What's the problem?
Well, hardly after everything that's happened to him.
I don't want to make things any worse than they already are. I just thought I could see him and talk a few things through with you.
Well, not here and not in front of Luke.
I never meant to hit him, OK? It was an accident, honestly.
Bye, Sean.
It was. Look, why don't you ask him?
We did.
Ruth, look, just wait and let me explain things, OK? Because you're upsetting him.
Not as much as you have already.
I only want what's best for him,
That's
right?
why he's ended up in bruises.
I'd never lay a finger on him.
You might be able to fool my mum, but not me.
I'm not trying to fool anybody.
He even gave you the benefit of the doubt. I refuse to believe it.
Great, because you know I'd never harm him. I swear to you.
That's what you said about me. Didn't stop you giving me a black eye and a cut lip. But leave us alone.
Gabby,
Hiya.
why didn't you tell me about this meal?
Well, I did call you, but you were busy, so I sent you an email. Didn't you read it?
Yeah, I did, but only after Jackie told me they were coming.
Oh, sorry. I just thought that it might be nice for us to celebrate.
Of course it will.
Oh, God, nothing is ready yet, and they're going to be here soon.
Why did you tell them about the baby? I thought we agreed at holding off letting people know.
Oh, I just couldn't keep it in, and besides, they're good friends. They're not going to say anything. God, I better go move on. Look, I know I'm a messy cow, but it will be worth it, I promise. Max is going to be begging me for recipes for his restaurant. Look, I'm sorry I didn't ask you first. I'm just excited, I suppose.
It's fine, just as long as they don't stay late.
Oh, God, he's such a party pooper.
See you at court? You do think he's going to be okay, don't you?
Yeah, he's a good kid, Mark. The court will see that.
But what if he gets to? Standing up in court in front of all them people, the prosecution ripping into him.
He'll handle it.
I just want him home. I want him to be able to start living his life like a normal kid again.
Marty, if he does get off, that's not going to be the end of it. He won't be a normal kid again. How could he after all this?
But surely he'd be left alone if he's found not guilty.
Maybe. But he'll always have to live with what he's done. He's never going to be just little Anthony again. I think you should start facing up to that.
He's my son. That's all that matters to me.
But he's always going to be remembered as the kid who killed that girl, and no matter what happens at trial, that's not going to be the end. In fact, it's going to be the beginning.
Good evening.
All right. Yeah, a bit of a celebration.
You mean Gary and Gabby's happy news?
Yeah.
Well, have a really nice night. See ya.
See ya.
Believe that she knows.
Well, she obviously does. And Max, maybe we should have cancelled.
Look a bit strange if we pulled out now. Look, let's just try and make the best of it.
It's gonna be dead uncomfortable, pretending to be all made up for them now and that. He could still be carrying on.
Look, let's just try and have as nice an evening as we can.
But listen, if it all gets too much, right? You call my mobile, I'll just say to the babysitter and we'll make our excuses.
Hopefully it won't come to that.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be so sure.
You looking for someone? No, I was just passing. Got the photos.
I'll let you in.
Ta.
You look nice.
Thank you.
Well, flattery will get you everywhere. There you are, that's the beauty of that one. I've been saving it for a special occasion.
Hiya, sort the drinks out, Gary. I'll be ready in a sec.
Well, smells absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, what are we having?
I've no idea. Gabby sorted it all out.
Snap. Well, I don't believe it. I mean, what were the chances of that?
We must have the same taste.
Actually, Mum's a Christmas present of Max.
Oh, really?
It's a good job I didn't wear mine too.
I'll go and change.
No, don't bother. It's all right.
Oh, I don't suppose I'll be able to wear dresses like this for much longer anyway, so I may as well make the most of it. Oh, are you still going to love me when I look like a sumo wrestler?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Well, don't sound too enthusiastic. Right, I'll get the starters ready. Oh, you get that champagne open.
Yeah.
I'll put that one by your bed, eh?
Oh, can I have this one?
Yeah, of course.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right.
That Del Murray would kill for one like this.
How do you mean?
Don't say you haven't noticed her all over you.
She's my mate's sister.
Oh, wouldn't she just love to be something more, eh?
Behave.
She was standing outside gawping at you when I arrived. I reckon you've got a stalker in the making there.
No way.
I'm telling you.
Anyway, she knows the score. I'm married.
Yeah, well, Adele isn't the only one who's forgot that lately, is she?
Well, you weren't entirely to blame.
But I've been doing all the chasing. I'm sorry.
But don't be. If it wasn't for him, I'd be ripping the clothes right off you now. But it can't.
I know.
Right, is everyone's glass full?
Yes.
You going to make the toast, Gary?
No, you do it.
Oh, Gary.
Here's to Gabby.
To both of us.
And what about Junior?
Well, let's hope that he or she gets its father's brains and my looks. Or should that be the other way around?
Hey, let's hope that it takes after the both of you and that all three of you are happy and healthy.
Oh, I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, it's delicious.
Thank you.
Hey, Max, maybe you should pinch this recipe for the restaurant.
Fine, but I thought it was a bit of a no-no for a chef to steal another chef's recipe.
Oh, well, I wouldn't call it stealing exactly.
I bet you it goes on all the time. I mean, how can a chef prove that recipe is his anyway?
Well, there is a certain amount of honour.
Not much, though, I'll bet.
What are you saying about my industry?
That it's deceitful, like most others.
Well, that's harsh.
Restaurants are renowned for conning their customers.
Some restaurants.
Oh, you've upset him now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just as well the food's good.
Do you know what? My dad's a good man. If he knew I was eating black pudding, I used to hate it when I was little.
Imagine what he'd say if we were having it with fried apples.
Actually, they go really well together.
Quality ingredients help. The black pudding's made by a company in Rostendale that I found on the internet.
Oh, the sweetness of the apples really brings it out.
Yeah, well, cooking's a bit like relationships. It's all about the right combinations. Isn't it, my love?
Yeah.
I bumped into Martin Murray today. He was on his way back from visiting Anthony.
Oh, poor little thing. Well, it's his trial soon, isn't it?
Starts tomorrow.
You know what? It's that girl I feel sorry for. I mean, bully or not, she was only 12.
It's a tragedy all round, two young lives ruined like that.
Well, I'm not sure I'd go for this innocent boy line.
But Max, he always seemed like a nice kid.
Smashing up classrooms and fighting in the toilets.
We don't know what drove him to that.
What about all that religious stuff?
Well, it says a lot about society when a kid is thought of as being strange just for being religious, doesn't it?
I'm sure the truth will all come out in the trial, though.
That family have already been through enough.
What about the girl's family?
Oh, that is enough of this depressing stuff. What we need is some juicy goss. Suppose I'm going to have to get used to not drinking.
Well, no arguments about who's going to be doing the driving over the next 9 months.
What he means is you're going to become an unpaid taxi driver for the best part of the year.
Months of just mineral water and soft drinks. I can't say I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that's how people get you pregnant, you know. They notice that you've stopped drinking.
Oh, I'm sure Gabby would have told everyone by then.
I don't know why you're so keen to keep it a secret. Hardly anyone waits the full 12 weeks anymore.
Any of this left?
Oh, pace yourself. There's lots to come yet. Homemade sorbet next.
Now my dad would throw a wobbly.
Have an ice cream halfway through your dinner. No. Ron always cleanses his palate with bitter.
Well, I think he's got a point. I've always thought that sorbet was a little bit pretentious myself.
Do you mind? I spent all morning squeezing limes for it.
I'm sure it'll be lovely.
Well, at least someone appreciates my efforts.
Detective custody.
They were circling above, about 20 feet above our heads when we were up there, and it was a case of keep your helmet on.
Oh, come on. Surely you can manage a bit more.
That was spectacular.
It was the best lamb I've ever tasted, that.
Fresh, organic, and delivered to the door. Yeah, people are so used to eating bland supermarket food nowadays, they just don't know what they're missing out on.
Oh, well, children are just growing up these days on processed rubbish.
Well, we do try our best with ours, but the power of the chicken nugget is scary.
Yeah, well, we'll have to make sure that our little one eats all the right stuff.
You must see the effect all this junk food's having on kids.
Yeah.
Are you even listening?
Yes, of course I am.
Hey, no, don't be daft and let me. You should be taking it easy now.
Yeah, but not just yet. You stay put and prepare yourself for dessert.
I couldn't.
Oh, I'll get it. Can you just clear that up?
That was fantastic.
Oh, Misha. I heard you celebrating. Thought I'd come and join in. Congratulations. To both of you. Thanks.
Misha.
What's that all about?
Maybe I should go after her.
We've got guests.
That'll be Rachel.
Oh, yes, it is. Hello?
I'll speak to her.
Gabby.
I'll sort dessert out.
Hi, Rach.
You all right?
Yeah, fine.
Thinking about the trial?
No, something else.
What?
Nothing. I've just been trying to put the trial out of my mind. Dreading facing all those people.
You've got to.
I know. I'm going to do my best for our aunt. But it's just so scary.
I know.
Yeah, look, we're really sorry. It's just that Harry's got a temperature. He's screaming the house down.
But thanks. Thank you very much.
I'll turn next day.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, I think I'm beginning to figure out what's been going on now.
How do you mean?
I'm not stupid, Gary. Things haven't been right since the night that I got back from that trip away. The night of the helicopter crash.
Look.
Don't.
Gabby.
Thanks for the photo.
Yeah, it's all right. Anyway, I should be thanking you, shouldn't I?
What for?
Well, for everything you've done. We're both grateful.
Night.
Nisha! Nisha, please, come on, open the door. Come on, open the door. Nisha. Nisha, please, open the door. Please.
He'll be all right in court, won't he?
Yeah. Our Steve's going to be sitting next to him all the way through the trial.
At least he won't be on his own.
Just wish I could be there with him, so.
What was he like today?
Nervous.
Is it any wonder, considering what he's going to have to go through?
They're showing him around the court tonight. Trying to make it a little less intimidating for him. But I can't help feeling the whole thing's going to be terrifying for him, no matter what they do. They say they're going to try and make the whole thing as easy as possible for him, but how can they? So what? The barristers won't be wearing wigs. Still going to be intimidating for him. He's still a little boy. How can he stand up in front of all them and defend himself? Whatever happens in that courtroom is going to affect the rest of his life.
Hi.
So how long have you been sleeping with Nisha?
Do we really need to go into this now?
How long?
Not that long. A while.
A while? What, a month? 6 months?
Does it really matter?
It matters to me. I have been friends with Nisha. I've been out for a drink with her and Jackie and Katie. We've talked about stuff. I have trusted her as a friend. That is why it matters. I want to know just how long I've been a laughing stock for.
You haven't been a laughing stock.
Oh, right. So nobody else knew that you were at it with her? Not Max or Jackie or half the neighbourhood? Just how far back do you two go?
Like I said, does it really matter?
Back to the water fight and the parade?
That was ages ago.
That far back?
No.
Right, so it's only a few months then, what? 3 maybe? 4?
Why is how long so important to you?
Because I trusted you and her. And I want to know just how long you both have been lying to my face. Do you know what I told her a week ago? That I thought I was pregnant. And do you know what else I said? Please don't tell Gary. It's private. It's husband and wife stuff. Yeah, well, how good does that make me feel now? Sharing the biggest news of my life with her. And all the time that she's listening, she knows that she's sharing your bed.
Come on, Adele. Just tell Adele to be late.
Today of all days.
Come on, Steve, it's time.
Hope it goes okay for your aunt.
Oh, I was up all night with my dad last night. He's terrified our aunt's going to get life for 8 years at least.
Yeah, but he's got to prepare himself for the worst, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's something we're thinking about. Anyway, you're going to meet up for court?
Yeah, I'll be there for you, mate. I'll come round after seeing him. Got a little surprise for her.
Do you know what? It's like a different planet in this house when everyone's out. It's so quiet.
I wish it was like this all the time, just me, you and Luke. It really gets to me here sometimes.
You need a break. We both do.
In our dreams, eh?
A couple of days away in North Wales. Nice little cottage, wood burner stove, few walks in the hills.
I wish.
Easy wish to make come true.
Oh, yeah?
Be really nice to get away for a couple of days, wouldn't it? You know, breathe some new air.
What's that look for?
What look?
Diane?
It just involves a whole bunch of mates from uni. You just wouldn't be interested.
Tell me.
Mark's dad's got this cottage. There's a whole crew of them going up there for a couple of days.
And we've been invited.
We have, yeah.
So why is there no point in telling me?
Well, because it's an old kids' weekend and you won't leave Luke with Sean, will you?
You haven't even asked me.
Well, I don't need to ask you. I know what the answer is.
Yeah, well, it explains why you didn't want me to tell anybody that I was pregnant.
No, I was just concerned about the timing of telling people.
Why? What were you planning to do? Dump me?
No, of course I
and
wasn't.
then pretend that you knew nothing about me being pregnant?
No.
Yeah, or what? Tell people that you weren't the father.
No, of course
and that,
not.
that was why you were dumping me, because
just
I was the one who was
listen
having
to
the
me,
affair.
please, Gabby,
yeah,
please.
that would have protected your precious doctor's image, wouldn't it? Why couldn't you just have been honest with me? You didn't want me to have this baby because you wanted to go off with Nisha. Hey, you could have told me when we were in the Maldives. Yeah, that would have really made my holiday. Walking on the beach, hand in hand, watching the sunset. Oh, by the way, dear, I'm sleeping with my nurse practitioner, okay? But you never said a word. Oh, we even spent the night trying to get me pregnant. Just when, Gary? Just how long ago did you stop loving me?
I don't know if I ever did.
You never have. Well, did it not occur to you that if I'd known that you were having an affair, I might not actually have wanted you to get me pregnant?
So?
So?
Do you want me to pack my bags?
It's an option.
She's beating the life out of me.
Do you love her?
No.
After the way you've lied to me before, how do I know you're telling the truth now?
You don't.
So I've just got to trust you.
You could always throw me out.
Let's just say that you did go off with her. And then I'm left with your baby inside me. What would you want me to do? Keep it? Get rid of it? Or how about me carry it and then dump it on you and Nurse Batra? She'd be really pleased with that, wouldn't she? A walking, talking reminder of the marriage that she'd split up.
I really don't think we need to be talking like this.
Who says we're talking about anything? I am just telling you how I feel. I'm telling you what I think. I'm telling you what you've got to do before we even begin talking about us.
What do you want me to do?
Oh, God, do I need to spell it out for you? You tell Nisha now, to her face, that you and her are over, totally finished, and that you will have nothing at all to do with her again, ever.
We work together.
What, you think you can cope keeping your relationship strictly about work? You haven't got a hope. You just have to get rid of her, okay?
Okay.
And Gary, you need to know this. If I wasn't pregnant, I really don't think that I'd be giving you this chance.
I appreciate that.
If we're even going to think about having this baby together, you and her have got to be over. Understood? And if you haven't got the balls to get rid of her, then we'll move anywhere that she isn't. So go tell her.
Well, come on then. Say what you've come to say.
Gabby knows about us. And She wants me to stay with her for the sake of the baby.
I hope you'll all be very happy.
Well, I said that I would come down and that I'd let you know that it has to be over between us. Totally. And that it's going to be really difficult with us both, working here and everything like that. So, I mean, we'd need to move on. Me and Gabby and the baby.
When I first came here, I thought I'd really landed on my feet. Great job, great new guy in my life. And now I've got neither.
What is this?
You don't have to wet yourself about us working together, Gary. Or moving anywhere. It's my resignation. I've made the phone calls, the wheels are in motion.
You've already decided you're going to go?
It wasn't my decision. You made that choice for me. The minute that you carried on sleeping with Gabby, trying to get her pregnant. Why didn't you just dump me way back then? Why did you keep stringing me along, huh? Because I'm worth nothing to you, that's why, isn't it? And you know what? 3 months ago, I wouldn't have even thought this was possible. This. I mean, 3 weeks ago, even. Only now, I don't care what you think. I don't care about you. I don't care about Gabby. Or your precious baby. And to be brutally honest, I don't care if you live or die. You're so unbelievably pathetic, Gary. Why did I ever think that you were a man worth loving?
Court number 3 is in.
Do you know where Marty's got to?
They'll be on the way. God, I hate courts. I keep thinking some blurt in a wig's going to come up and collar me. You know, for something I didn't do.
Can you imagine how Anthony feels?
Must be bricking in big style.
I'm with you.
Thought you ain't coming.
As if. Seen who's here?
Who?
Imelda's loving mother and her minder.
Just ignore them.
After what her thugs of sons did to me.
Dad?
Shouldn't be allowed to breathe the same air.
Just leave it, will you?
Is that the muddy scum, is it?
If they've said goodbye to their lad, because he won't be leaving here free.
Any of them gives you any trouble, I'll short them for you, all right?
Should be strung up, the lot of them. Where's the bog in this place?
Just there.
Hang on, you're not going in there, not yet, anyway.
What?
Don't go wandering off on your own.
Stephen Murray?
Yeah, that's me.
Tom Billington, Anthony's defence lawyer. Now, you'll be sitting in with him, yes?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Well, you'll be called into court in a little while.
No, OK, thanks.
Mr. Murray?
Yeah.
I need to talk to you.
Yeah, whatever. Listen, have you seen our Anthony this morning? Because we're all a bit worried about him.
Well, you'll be able to see him yourself shortly.
But I'm giving evidence, sir. Didn't think it was allowed.
There are some things I need to discuss with you and Anthony, if you'd like to follow me. You'll be called when it's time.
Thanks.
Send them all up, will you? Tell him to be strong, yeah? And brave.
Yeah, tell him we're all thinking about him.
Hey, what do you want to see them two from? What's that cloth blurt looking at?
They're a rough-looking lot.
Nin, will you stop staring?
I'm not letting them intimidate me.
Hey, how come she's never been up in court for coming round ours, terrifying our auntie?
Well, the lot of you stop staring at them. The last thing we need out here is some stupid fight.
It's finished. I've done it just how you dreamed.
Well, what?
Where is it?
Where's what?
Your weekend bag. Why haven't you packed?
Well, because we're not going anywhere, that's why.
Oh, well, I'm packed.
You're joking?
No. Come on, you said we had to leave by 4, otherwise there's no point in us going.
Well, what's going to happen to Luke?
Sean's picking him up from school, then taking him for the whole weekend. He was really made up.
Oh, he's not as made up as I am. God, you were so adamant this afternoon about him not having him. What's with the big U-turn?
Because I realised there are 2 men in my life, and one of them wasn't getting enough attention.
You know what? You're brilliant, you are. You're gorgeous and brilliant.
Now, I need to discuss with you what evidence we decide should be admissible, and you need to understand that this is a very important decision that you need to make. Let me try and explain. Certain evidence will only be made admissible if we choose for it to be so. For example, it's not in dispute that Anthony pushed Imelda, so we might decide to run the entire case on the basis of that single push. Was it, or could it be murder? It could just as easily have been a combination of unfortunate accident and self-defense. But there's the remote possibility that the jury might be tempted to convict of murder, although they might reduce the charge to manslaughter in view of diminished responsibility, particularly in regard of Anthony's age. Now, on the other hand, we could decide to reveal the entire story about Imelda's campaign of bullying and Anthony's terror and vulnerability over a very long period. Now, it might obviously seem a good idea to run with that defense, but once we bring out background details, it all becomes a double-edged sword. Once the jury start getting to hear about Imelda's behavior in the past, then there's a fair chance they'll also be told about Anthony's behavior, about his attacks on Imelda with an iron bar, and his attacks on other pupils, and so on and so on. And then the jury's sympathies might start to run the other way. They might end up more prepared to convict of murder than they otherwise would have been. You understand what I'm trying to explain to you here?
We have to decide how much to go into the background.
And I think it has to be Anthony's decision.
What do you think?
I think that because Imelda did all those horrible things to me so many times for so long, I think that the people of the court should know that. Because if they don't know that, then they never know how Imelda was like with me, or why I had to fight back against her.
Good boy. Well done. Right. I'll inform the judge and the prosecution.
I left her no choice. I told her that she had to go.
So assuming that she has gone, what happens now? Do we make some pathetic attempt to salvage our marriage?
If you're willing to try, yeah.
Well, what do you think? Is there the slightest chance for us?
We'd have to work at it. Well, I'd have to work at it, obviously.
Are we worth it, though? Is our failed marriage really worth it?
Yeah, I think so. What do you think?
Well, after the way that you've treated me, humiliated me, wrecked everything that I thought I had in my life, how much work do you think that's going to take?
Will the defendant please stand? Anthony David Murray, you are charged that on the 20th of March 2002, you murdered Imelda Mary Clough, contrary to the common law. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Anthony, would you answer the question, please?
How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty? Guilty or not guilty?
No. Not guilty. Say.
If she keeps looking at me like that, I'll clock her one, I promise.
Don't you look at me like that.
Say nothing. She's not worth it.
My daughter's dead because of your murdering little freak.
In this case, members of the jury, I'm sorry to say that the charge is murder. I'm sorry because it shocks me. And I expect it shocks you as well to see a young man of 13 facing such a charge. Nevertheless, it is my duty to lay the facts before you. If I prove so that you are sure that Anthony Murray murdered Imelda Clough, it is your sad duty to find him guilty. Let me explain to you what murder is. It is when a deliberate and unlawful, unjustifiable act causes death, and the person who did it intended either to kill the victim or at least to cause him serious injury. So what is a deliberate act? If one man deliberately pushes another over a cliff so that he dies, it is murder. It is murder because it is unjustified and must surely have been intended to cause at least serious harm. Whereas, of course, if someone accidentally bumps into somebody who falls over the cliff, that is still an accident, possibly a very clumsy accident. But you see at once the distinction between accident and design. An unjustifiable act, then? I will not go into all the circumstances which might justify killing, but self-defense is one of them. Reasonable self-defense. Now, there is no dispute about what actually happened here. Anthony and Imelda were standing at the pond, and there was an argument. They both fell in the water. After they'd got up, Anthony hit Imelda. That, at least, was no accident. And she lost consciousness. Why do I say to you that that was murder? Because, seeing her lying there, motionless, he just left her. And when questioned about it later, he lied about it. And there is more. My learned friend tells me that he's going to explore the background of incidents between Anthony and Imelda. Well, if he can, so can I. I say murder because, on separate occasions, Anthony said that he'd had enough of Imelda and was going to stop her. I say it is murder because there was an incident when he attacked her with an iron bar. And there is one final and diabolical detail that I must lay before you, members of the jury. Look at your bundle of photographs. You see the little pond, lonely and isolated. What, you might ask, was Anthony doing there? Why was Imelda there, too? He says that she had been bullying him, and he was afraid that she would bully him again. In other words, that she would follow him. So where did he go? Did he go back into school and complain? No. Did he go home, which was within easy reach? No. Did he call on any of his relatives, friends who lived equally near? No, he did not. Instead, he made his way to this pond. If you believe, members of the jury, that he lured Imelda to this pond in order to murder her, your verdict will inevitably be guilty.
I had a fight with a girl, and now she's dead.
Let me in, please.
Nicky, love, what's wrong? Hit her, threw her into the pond and drowned her, and after that you went to any lengths necessary to cover up your tracks.
Look, and that lot's still bullying him now. Look at him trying to rattle me brother.
Members of the jury, have you reached a verdict on which you are all agreed?
That's Brookie next Saturday at the slightly later time of 4 o'clock. And if you've missed the first 4 episodes of the new series of Friends, they're coming around again on T4 tomorrow from 12:35. Next on 4, in the final episode, we chart the downfall of Napoleon.